Guys, what's going on? Welcome to Serial at Midnight. My name is Heath.
And I'm Bree.
And we're going topical on this one, baby. We're talking about, it's the news everyone is talking about. Your grandmother probably called you to talk about this. Warner Brothers has announced that they will be releasing basically their 2021 slates of high-profile, big-budget movies to HBO Max, the streaming service, the proprietary HBO Warner Brothers DC streaming service, on the same day that those movies hit the theater, and they will be on that streaming service for 31 days. This is a theater killer. AMC's already on the verge of bankruptcy. They're already like, God, like AMC's really upset about this. This is a theater killer. I'm seeing a variety of different takes on this. Everything from like, yay, movies at home, which is a valid take, but I tend to have a hotter take than that, which is like, this is cool for 2021, but this leave like 2022, if this is what happens, if this is what we're doing, beyond this lies nothing.
I mean, we can see both sides for right now in the moment. It's exciting for people because most people aren't going to the theater. But then you just have to think about what are the other implications and what are the long-term effects. This changes the landscape forever. Forever. So, I wasn't sure we would do this. We never want to add to the noise, you know. If there's so many opinions out there, like, this is a hot button issue, right? This is something a lot of people are talking about. Easy to get lost in that, right? We kind of like to go the other direction and stand out. We put it up to a Patreon vote, and it was like almost unanimous.
Almost unanimous.
Yep, so here we are.
Here we are. So let's just do that. Let's look at the facts really quick, okay? 19 movies. I think that's what we're talking about here. at&t has recently purchased Warner Brothers. And in doing so, they have taken on, I think I've got it written. We have notes. Here's our notes. We have, they've taken on $151 billion of debt. Warner Brothers has a new CEO, Jason Kilar. Jason Kilar. Let's
call him Jason K.
Jason K. I like that. He has announced massive layoffs inside of Warner Brothers. The HBO Max service not doing well. The cuts are coming. I mean, they're wide and they're places you would never expect. They're cutting the comics. To some people are saying there could be as few as 10 new DC comics this time next year. Wow. They have cut, guys. They're cutting the physical media divisions of these companies. It's already happened. We've actually, I'm not going to name names, but people that I'm very upset are being laid off. And I'm like, but that person was responsible for this thing that we love. It doesn't matter. Cuts, bottom lines. And so that's what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with a company that is hemorrhaging money. And they've taken all these movies that are mostly done. You know, they're either mostly done or they will be done by the time this rolls around. Some of these have been pushed back since the summer. And they have no distribution model for them because theaters are closed. And when the theaters are open, no one is going. If we learned anything from Christopher Nolan's bashing people over the head with Tenet earlier this year, is that it will not. No movie is going to save the theaters. The theaters, that door. I hate to say it. It's not looking good for theaters. First run theaters. There's potential for like repertory stuff.
That's true.
Back to the Future. Gremlins. There's always potential for stuff like that. First run theaters. This is a theater killer. But what does this mean for? So once we get through 2021, right? We get all these movies. It's great. We get to watch them at home. 2022.
Are we going to continue that?
You cut out the theatrical distribution. The service is not like a huge success. By the way, we should mention HBO Max, not in any country outside of the United States. It's not on Roku yet. There are 46 million Roku users. That will not, unless something changes overnight, will not be watching these movies.
So anyone international outside of the U.S.
Anyone on Roku.
Anyone using Roku.
Roku's an easy fix. It's just a couple of stubborn companies butting heads because they can't find. You know, they both want like the best deal that they can get. So they could work that out. But here's the thing. So let's play. Those are the facts, right?
Yeah.
Let's play hypotheticals. Yeah. It's December 2021, right? We've had all these movies. Wow, that was fun. Matrix 4 was better than I thought it would be. I don't think we needed it, but it was okay. It was pretty cool. Dune, nice experiment. What's 2022 look like? Because all these movies that had $200 million budgets, they don't exist anymore. Because you don't have $200 million budgets without the theater.
Right.
Hey, it's Heath of Earth 2 with a really quick note. I keep talking about how without the theaters, none of this exists. These will be going to theaters. I just don't think people will go to the theaters to see them. Because if you can get these at home for $15 a month, why would you ever go to the theaters? Just a note of clarification, I do know these are showing up in theaters. Back to Heath and Bree of Earth 1. You don't have $200 million budgets without a successful, financially profitable streaming service.
Yeah.
You have smaller budgets. You have experimental films. This doesn't exist in 2022, 2023. This is only 2021. And this kills the market.
Yeah.
This is Warner Brothers. There's an expression in wrestling, killing the town, where you just overmarket yourself so much, you hit the town so hard, you kill the town.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers is killing the town. And they've put all their eggs in this one basket by taking people out of the physical media game, by destroying that theatrical revenue, which arguably they didn't do, but they put the nail in there, right?
In the coffin.
Like, this is there an argument that this is good for theaters? Like, I can't.
For theaters, no.
And if you're one of those people who's like, well, I was only going to the theater 2 times a year anyway to see this movie and this movie, then this is good news for you. But those movies that you were going to the theater to see, they won't exist anymore either.
Yeah, there won't be anything to fund
them. That's over.
No funding for
it's
those
over,
movies.
Man.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I tell you what. So.
Did we cover all our notes?
We did.
Okay.
We'll be watching the movies at home.
Yep.
And we'll also have our bucket of popcorn and we'll be watching Warner Brothers to see what happens. Right? That's all we can do.
That's all we can do.
Just watch and see what happens.
Yeah, that's all we can do. It's concerning times. It's cool that we get to see these movies. But guys, this is not like we win everything. This is not like we won at Monopoly. This is a company putting every effort into this one thing. At the expense of everything else.
Yeah.
And what is left when you do that? And if this doesn't succeed, what's left then too?
Right.
You know, Disney Plus, we have to reference Disney Plus because that's a successful model of what they've done.
Yeah.
Of this sort of thing.
Right.
And of course, Disney is the company that said, like, well, you can see Mulan, but it's going to cost you $30. And I think Warner Brothers learned from that. I think Disney learned from that as well.
Yeah.
But those who, like Disney's not cranking out hot new releases 19 times a year, right?
No. Do we know how much HBO Max costs per month?
Not off the top of my head.
I'm sure someone knows.
I'm going to put it right here.
Okay.
So that'll be how much it is. What, value or overpriced? I'm not sure. What do you think, Future Bree? No, I don't know how much it is, but it's not $30 a month.
Well, I'm just wondering what kind of revenue do they think they're going to be able to get just from that streaming service, especially if it's not international. I really wonder about that.
Yeah. There's we can't answer that question.
Yeah, we don't know.
If you're in an international audience, I mean, look, this isn't even in Canada. If you're an international audience and you don't have access to this, what is your physical, like, what's your,
go to the theater?
What are your streaming options? What are your theater options?
Yeah.
It's just like
it's very interesting, and like I said, not only will we be watching the movies, we'll have our popcorn and we'll be watching Warner Brothers.
We'll be watching Warner Brothers. Hey, Warner Brothers. What happens? Watching
success
Warner Brothers.
Or dumpster fire. We'll see.
That's really what I know what I feel in my heart.
Right.
I mean, look, a company's like, hey, let's just lay off people that are responsible for hundreds of millions of dollars in disc sales. Let's just let's clean out. Comic books, the proving ground for our future properties. Cut them. Just cut them. Like, it's not good. But we get to watch movies at home, right? So who cares? Who cares? All right. You're like, wrap it up, Heath. All right, guys, thank you so much. We want to know what you think about this news. What do you think the long-term ramifications are? Did you make it to the end of the video? Because a lot of people don't. They're asking, hey, why didn't you talk about so-and-so? We did at 6 minutes and 15
Congratulations! You win everything.
You win the no prize. Yes. Guys, thanks so much. A very hot take serial at midnight video on a very hot take topic, hot button topic. But we're going to be following this one, and we'll let you know what we think about it. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Take care, and until next time, we will catch you later.